everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome and welcome to your November 2015 Funko Pop update. And believe me, it's a great one because there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff to talk about. Why am I wearing my Back to the Future shirt a couple of weeks late? Well, I will tell you. There are two certain Funko Pops that I will be adding to my collection that I am very, very excited to show you guys, but you will actually get a little bit of a sneak peek as to what they are going to be in this video, along with all the other great stuff that's coming your way. But for now, before we get into all of the new and cool and exciting stuff, let's take a look at how my collection has been going. When I found out that this movie was going to have a pop line, I got so excited. The Fifth Element, directed by Luc Besson, is one of my favorite science fiction films of all time. It has such a cult following, even though it bombed at the box office. It is such a crazy, unique vision of the future, and to actually now have characters that are from the film in pop form is just fantastic. So we're going to start with the simplest looking one, and that of course is Corbin Dallas, played by Bruce Willis. It's nothing too crazy. I mean, it's just an orange sleeveless shirt with black pants and boots, and he's got his blonde hair. I do like the design and the hair, though. It's kind of funny because there aren't that many Bruce Willis movies nowadays where he actually has hair, and he's got his pistol, which is also pretty cool, but except for the big black smudge I got on the back of his hair, it's a very good-looking pop. Again, very simple, not too much detail, but just to have Corbin Dallas is great. And of course, let's take a look at the Fifth Element herself. There's Lilu, played by Mila Jovovich, and she actually has two forms. There's the one in her white bands when she was officially thawed out, and I had to go with this one instead. I'm not getting the whole set, so it was one of two Lilus to choose from, and I went with this Lilu because of the fact that I just love the getup, and of course, I love her multipass. I know it looks very blurry, but there are some incredible details on the multipass. There is actually a full pop head on the multipass, so it looks like it's actually the pop on there as identification, but I love the way her hair looks. I love the details in her clothing, very detailed in her clothing, and of course she can't stand on her own power, but it's only proper that I actually let people know that when it comes to the female pops, most of them are very top heavy because they give them smaller bodies than the males, so they give them stands. But now let's take a look at the villain, played of course by the great Gary Oldman, who beats Daniel Day-Lewis any day of the week in my world. Even the box has his full name. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg. This is a unique, detailed pop, I must say. The details on the ZF-1 are incredible. You've even got the red button with the self-destruct code on it, and all the other details that go along with it. I love the high green collar on the back of his head. I love the details in his boots, in his pants, in his vest. It is amazing, but what's really incredible is the design of his head, because he's got that plastic or glass plate, whatever it is, on half of his head. So half of his head's got hair and half of his head is bald with the plate. I love it! I am so happy that Funko just goes the extra mile, even with the little bit of hair underneath his mouth. I mean, they just got everything right here with these three pops. And I love the fact that the Fifth Element is here. I'm sure that fans of the film will probably want to collect the entire set. I'm not really interested in the entire set, especially because I hate Ruby Rod, but I have the three characters that I want the most, and I am so happy that they are now officially a part of my collection. With Black Friday 2 weeks away, there's definitely a lot of awesome stuff that you need to hear about, so you can get to your local retailers or get on your computers and order a whole bunch of these exclusives, as well as brand new lines and line expansions. So let's begin, of course, with the exclusives, and we're going to start with Barnes & Noble. If you haven't gotten on the ball and started collecting your Harry Potter pops, you can now get yourself a little starter kit. You can get Harry, Ron, and Hermione in a exclusive Barnes & Noble 3-pack. Pretty sure it's going to be less expensive than actually buying them individually. This is a fantastic way to start than just having to hunt for them one by one. Books A Million is helping you out with a brand new exclusive Sherlock pop with an apple, so Sherlock fans will probably love that. Walmart not the biggest fan of The Walking Dead, which is probably the reason why you guys will never see me talk about The Walking Dead, because there are more Walking Dead pops on the way. Just want to let you all know, and I'm sure that you can find them. When you see a black and white pop, that's just something that I have to talk about. Herschel, I don't know about the character because I don't watch the show. I know that he had a headless Herschel exclusive at Comic-Con, I believe, but now if you can get your black and white Herschel over at Walmart. Kamikaze, which is Stan Lee's created Comic-Con, is actually including 2 brand new Stan Lee Comic-Con pops. Those, of course, are himself. You get the superhero as well as the silver exclusive superhero Stan Lee. But a very interesting pop that is also being included in Kamikaze is U.S. Agent. From the 1990s, he was sort of like another Captain America, because at one point in time, especially in the late 80s, 90s, the Avengers were actually 2 separate teams. There was regular Avengers that were actually in New York that were led by Captain America, and there was the Avengers West Coast, which was headed up by Iron Man and U.S. Agent. So U.S. Agent is definitely someone that Marvel fans from the comics will remember, so he's going to be available at Kamikaze. Go on and get him. Entertainment Earth is giving us a real treat. I know that the Monty Python Holy Grail pops are going to be a big collector's item. The Entertainment Earth exclusive of the armless, it's only a flesh wound Black Knight is so cool. I don't know if these arms are detachable. It looks like they're not, but I could be wrong. But Monty Python fans will definitely appreciate an exclusive like this. FYE is offering a Minions pop. It is a Au Natural glow. GTS is an online exclusive store, and they are offering 2 very interesting looking pops. A Storm Shadow black uniform from the G.I. Joe line, which I had mentioned that was actually on the way. And, of course, a burnt Godzilla, or an In Flames Godzilla. It's very interesting. It's black with orange char all over it. So, GTS, I really don't know much about the site. If anyone knows a little bit more about it than I do, please put your comments in the box below and tell us all about it. And GameStop is not going to stop there. They are actually offering 2 exclusives. One is the Glowing One Glow-in-the-Dark from the Fallout series, and there's going to be a new WWE Stone Cold 2K13 pop. The original Stone Cold does not have that on his garments over there. As a matter of fact, if you can see them, they're in the lower right-hand corner of his vest. And the original Stone Cold Steve Austin has the 3:16, and this one has the 2K:13. So WWE fans, that's a great exclusive for you, and I'm sure that GameStop will have plenty of them for you if you want them. Pop Culture is offering one that was supposed to be a rumor, and it is real. Shaun of the Dead fans, the line is not out yet. You gotta wait just 2 more months, but they are offering a Zombie Ed. So you want your Zombie Ed along with your Entertainment Earth blood splatters or your regulars, there's a great one to add to your collection. Walgreens is also expanding on the Marvel line by adding a very exclusive Punisher. It is called the Punisher Thunderbolts in parentheses, and it is basically Punisher with a red skull on his uniform as opposed to a white skull. I know that the Marvel Collector Core box is going to be offering another unique Marvel pop, actually 2 of them. I'm not going to showcase what they are, but I'm sure that you'll find them before I talk about them in my next pop update, but it's definitely a character that you probably would never expected to have joined the Marvel line. Hot Topic, of course, is doing 2 very nice things for all of their fans. For Star Wars fans, they are giving us a Chrome Darth Vader, which looks very cool. But they are also expanding, like I thought they would, on the Disney Princess Hipster Collection. They're only showcasing 1. They don't have an actual glam shot yet. This is only a rough sketch, but it is Cinderella. Don't know exactly when she's coming out. I believe it's early 2016, but I'm hoping that this is not just the only hipster that they are adding. I have a feeling there will be more princesses. I have a feeling that all the princesses will become hipsters. So Cinderella will be a hipster, so when she comes out, go out and get her if you've already got your Ariel, Belle, and Jasmine. And the final exclusives, I wanted to talk about them because they're very special to me, and there may be a little bit more to follow in the upcoming pop updates. Loot Crate came out with its Time Box in October, and the Loot Crate exclusive pop was 1955 Doc Emmett Brown. There have been so many videos talking about it already. I have seen him up close. Everything from the battery pack to the sparks between the jumper cables all the way to the scar on his forehead. I have Doc Brown, but 1955 Doc Brown, I love it. I absolutely love it. And now it's time to cue the music. We're going to be doing that a lot today, but we're going to start off with this little number because of the fact that this year was Back to the Future Day. Yes, October 21st, 2015. And how could this not be appropriate along with your 1955 doc to celebrate Back to the Future Day? This is a pop that, when I heard about it being a Z-Box exclusive in the United Kingdom, I was furious because of the fact that I didn't think I was ever going to get my hand on it, but Fun.com is making it possible. Yes, it is Marty McFly on a hoverboard! That is awesome! I love it! The details on this pop, besides the fact that it has a little plastic base that you put on the hoverboard to make it look like it's floating, the jacket, the pants pockets inside out, the power lace Nikes, everything about this pop makes me love life. That's a really horrible thing to hear if that's what makes me love life, but it's true. I love Back to the Future. I love Marty McFly. The fact that they are making this version of Marty McFly makes me very happy, especially with the fact that it even says Back to the Future Part 2 on the box. So that begs the question, what will be on the way? Will we see versions of Marty and Doc in Back to the Future 3? Will we see Jennifer? Will we see Biff? Will we see a Back to the Future 2 pop ride with a little base to make it look like it's hovering with Doc in the yellow trench coat, red Japanese shirt, and clear tie? If that does in fact become a pop ride, I don't care how crappy it looks, because the original DeLorean in the pop ride set looks terrible. But this one would be one that I don't want to miss, no matter how good or how bad it looks, because it's Back to the Future, and that's what it means to me. And speaking of pop rides, now we're getting out of the exclusives and looking at all of the new lines and line extensions. We have a new pop ride coming out, and it is one of the coolest pop rides I have ever seen. It is Ant-Man on Antony. Yes! They're not just cars and trucks. We now have livestock. I love the way this looks. I love the fact that they actually decided to turn this into a pop ride. That just shows me how creative this company is by turning Antony into a pop ride. And I showed you some exclusives of G.I. Joe, but yes, the line is on the way. Right now, it is a super exclusive from Bait.com, but there is a set of 5. 2 versions of the Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow in his white gear, Roadblock, and of course, Snake Eyes. And this is pretty awesome. This just brings me back to my childhood years, because I loved that theme song. I don't see myself getting them, but I know so many fans of this show will go out and get it, and now you know they're coming out, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe! The games line is expanding with a brand new line and an expansion. We're going to start with the expansion, which is the 2 new characters from the brand new Assassin's Creed video game, and we also have Call of Duty. We have so many different video games that are first-person shooters. I am surprised that Call of Duty took so long, but we've got 4 of them already, and if you are Call of Duty fans out there, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to go and get those. There's also going to be an expansion, to a certain degree, of the NFL line. Now, I'm very happy that that is actually happening, but I'm not too happy with the choices that they have made. Sure, there are some new additions to the collection, including Ben Roethlisberger and Tony Romo, but there's a 3rd giant now with Odell Beckham Jr., Jameis Winston, and Marcus Mariota. There should be a Cam Newton. There should be an Andy Dalton. There should be a Darrelle Revis, for crying out loud. I want to have an NFL pop so badly, and my team is still not being featured. I want my Jets pop already. It could be Revis, it could be Mangold, it could be Brandon Marshall. I just want one of these so badly, and the fact that they basically recreated a whole bunch of favorites like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Marshawn Lynch in away jerseys, it just doesn't make sense to me. But there is something interesting that's coming along with this new line expansion. It looks like there's also going to be a 3-pack of the Seattle Seahawks Legion of Boom. Now, Richard Sherman has been created, but this is him first showcased in his white jersey, and in this exclusive box, he is alongside Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor. Love the fact that they actually put these guys together. I'm not surprised they put this together because of the fact that Funko is a Seattle-based company, so of course you're going to have Seahawks everything and everywhere. So the fact that you can actually get a 3-pack with 2 brand new NFL players on the Seattle Seahawks alongside a alternate jersey with Richard Sherman is pretty cool to me. I would definitely say that that is worth the money. The Disney line is expanding with the 20th anniversary editions of Toy Story. Buzz and Woody have already been created. They were actually one of the first few pops in the Disney line. But the fact that they are making brand new versions of them, they look different, there's more details on them, they're also including Rex and Ham. I really hope that they will include other characters because Toy Story was such an impactful film. There's no reason why more shouldn't be created, but these do look pretty awesome. So for the 20th anniversary of Toy Story, go out and get them. Marvel is also going to be gracefully adding numbers 99 and 100 to their collection. And it is in the form of 2 villains, I believe. I don't know anything about one of them, but I know who Carnage is, and he is a vicious mofo, I will give you that. The details look great, even though it looks like it's the Venom Pop repainted, which makes no sense because Carnage doesn't have a tongue, but I have no idea who Anti-Venom is. Please let me know who Anti-Venom is, because he looks like a reverse Venom, and that's a pretty cool looking pop, especially for number 100 in the Marvel line. There's also going to be 2 very interesting pops coming out. One of them's name is Doraemon. He is number 58 in the animation collection. I have no idea who he is, so please let me know. Definitely something anime, I'm guessing for kids. But they're also including Gudetama, who is number 9 in the Sanrio line. It looks like the Hello Kitty crew is getting another addition to their line, which begs the question to find out if there is going to be more Sanrio pops being made, because I know for a fact that my fiance loves her Hello Kitty, but one of her favorite Sanrio characters was Pochoko. So if they do in fact make Pochoko, I have a feeling that she's going to have a little surprise waiting for her one day. And here's an awesome thing. The Pop Rocks collection is expanding. I love it when the sports and the music pop lines come out with brand new pops. Baby Metal. Gimme chocolate. Oh my god. This is so awesome. Out of all of the rock figures you could think about, you come up with Baby Metal. Baby Metal has swept the world, especially thanks to YouTube, and these are just awesome things to have. I don't think I'll get them for myself, but I know so many people who love Baby Metal, and to actually have Baby Metal in your pop collection is pretty freaking cool. And now we have 3 brand new lines coming out, not really big ones. 2 only have 1, and another one has 2. We've got Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver, the Martin Scorsese classic. That is definitely a long time coming. It looks excellent. It looks very much like Robert De Niro, if I do say so myself. I'm sure that plenty of fans of Taxi Driver would love to have Travis in their collection. We also have the Dodgeball line. I knew that they were coming out soon. You'll see in a few seconds as to why, but you're going to get Peter LaFleur, who was played by Vince Vaughn, and of course, White Goodman, played by Ben Stiller. These look wonderful. Dodgeball is such a great movie. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. I don't think I'll get these for myself, but I definitely see myself grabbing these for gifts for people, because I know so many people who just love Dodgeball. And a classic in the world of anime, we've got Voltron. Very surprised that it's not an oversized pop, but the details on this one are amazing. And then again, when you think about other pops like the Iron Giant, it's nothing too far-fetched. This was a revolution for kids everywhere in America in the 1980s, and this was like the greatest toy. You had to have this or the Hall of Justice. Voltron was the toy to have. And it's got all 5 interlocking lions, and it's even got the sword. This is definitely one of the most amazingly colorful, detailed pops that I have ever seen. And finally, we're not done yet. We're just getting started. Brian Marietta has announced a whole bunch of additional lines that are coming out. Dodgeball and Voltron were actually supposed to be showcased in this little picture over here, but they came out with the glam shots much quicker than anticipated. But look at what's coming, everybody. I've been waiting for Looney Tunes. I don't know what they're going to look like. I just know for a fact that I need a Bugs Bunny to go with my Steamboat Willie, just because of the legendary status of the Looney Tunes, but I'm even more curious about what the Pac-Man ones are going to look like. This is pretty awesome, guys. They're just not stopping. I know for a fact I will have a Gene Wilder pop for my very own as Willy Wonka, because that movie just changed my life. And I am now assuming that Batman and Superman that were featured in a double pack in the San Diego Comic-Con will in fact be separate, or will there in fact be a double pack that you can purchase. I'm looking forward to showcasing more glam shots for you as they come along, but as they said in that old Pringles commercial, once you pop, the fun don't stop. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, guys. It is always a pleasure to showcase pops for you, and I cannot get over the fact that we have gone through 20 of these. And I have a feeling that for the final Funko Pop update of 2015, it may, in fact, be oversized. Because not only am I anticipating a ton of awesome news for new lines and new exclusives to showcase for everybody, there's also going to be a lot of pops to show you guys in regards to my collection, as well as a couple of other people that I know. So thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, feel free to comment, and I'll see you in the next Funko Pop update. Actions speak louder than words.